Today we have a special guest. Today we have a conversation with Burcu TURKCAN. She is a brilliant specialist in the field of regional economics, and she has more opportunity and she has achievements in the Ege University in Turkey, also around abroad. And to begin with, I want to say that it's a great opportunity to my subscribers, to my students, to know as professor like you. And yes, so thank you for joining us. To begin with the question that I want to ask you about, can you give me briefly information about yourself and scientific background?
Of course. First of all, it is a great pleasure for me to be in the YouTube channel of Sardinas Hocam. And I want to firstly introduce myself to the subscribers. I am the Professor Burcu TURKCAN in the Ege University Department of Economics, and also I am the director of the Graduate School of Social Sciences. I graduated from Ege University Economics Department in 2005. Then I got my master degrees and PhD degrees from the Ege University again. Some of my researches were conducted in Italy. And also during my research, I attended several projects, especially in Turkish scientific projects, TÜBİTAK. And after completing my PhD thesis, I started to give lectures in my department in 2013. In 2018, I got my associate professorship, and this year, actually, it is a very new level for me. I got my professorship, again from my university, and then I started a new position in my university as director of the Graduate School of Social Sciences.
Congratulations, I'm very happy for
Thank
you.
you very much.
That you have like this position. So I believe that you will work with your heart and
Thank you very much.
Provide,
of course,
develop.
This is a hard work and
Yes.
also a high responsibility. But also I love my job, I love my students, and working with the graduate students and also many professors which are very famous across their fields is a great opportunity for me. So I am also very excited to be in this new position.
Thank you. So my next question will be about your research. Could you explain me about your main research?
Actually, my main research field, regional economics, but I'm dealing with the economic policy side of the regional economics. So that means I'm dealing with the economic policy about especially sustainability. So I'm working on the subjects related directly with the sustainable development. My related fields are also tourism economics, economic complexity, network economics. All are related with the sustainable development field, but I am looking from the aspect of the regional economics.
So it's very good that I know in the world it's going the nation's sustainable development goals. Yes, one of the.
And I'm looking from the perspective that if we are starting from the region, from the micro unit, then we may reach to the sustainability of the macro one at the global one. So it's quite important for me to study the regional perspectives and regional economic policies. So I'm working on these subjects.
So thank you for explaining it. So next question will be about personal perspective and inspiration. What motivates you to continue your position, so you're working?
Yeah, I think that our job is directly related with the society's well-being, society's welfare, and also progress of the humanity. So always I believe that we are doing a good job, an important job for the mankind. So that means I have always a motivation and courage to make new academic researches. That's my fundamental motivation about it. Yes.
Okay. So what habits helped you to become successful?
becoming successful is actually a personal view. It's not an objective thing, I think. It is about what is your expectation, what is your future plan, or what are your dreams about the future. So actually, when I think about it, which is very personal, but when I think about it, being successful is attaining the dreams. So during my bachelor's degree program, I always dreamed of being a professor in my field. So I feel like that I attained my dreams.
Yes.
So it makes me more and more motivated in my job. And so that means if you want to be successful, you should follow your dreams. I should say.
So I think your biggest dream to help the society, to help the people with your scientific research, yes?
Yeah, scientific research, academic contributions, also giving lectures, educating the young people, all of them are very important for me.
Okay, thank you. So, what advices would you give me to students who want to study abroad?
Of course, the first thing that I can say is they should learn English very well. That's the first thing I think. They should learn English very well. They should speak very well English. And after then, they should search for the exchange programs. For example, Erasmus program, Orhun program, or any other programs they have, I don't know, in your country, but of course you have lots of programs like this. They should search for these programs and they will help them to make some progress in their academic careers.
So, okay. And the last question about the your personal inspiration. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it would be?
Okay, actually this is a romantic question, I can say.
You must imagine
my younger self.
10 years before.
Or 20 years
Yes.
ago. If I would face with my younger self, I would say that don't lose your courage. Because you will always follow your dreams, and since you are following your dreams, you will be always happy. So the main motivation is follow your dreams actually. Don't lose your courage and follow your dreams.
Okay, thank you very much. So, and maybe it is the last question. And what you also recommend to the young generation who wants to be a scientists or maybe to be the professor like you. So
actually the world has changed significantly. The world we were dealing with, the academic progress, is not the same with today's world actually. We have lots of things to struggle. For example, artificial intelligence is one of them. So they should be careful about these breakthroughs, and they should be especially careful about the technological developments. I'm using the word careful intentionally, actually. You know, artificial intelligence or technological developments are good. We should use them, but also we should be careful because they can also be dangerous for us. Sometimes they shape our way of thinking. Also, we may face with some ethical problems or some cybersecurity problems, so they should be careful about it. That's why I'm underlining this topic, because we are using especially artificial intelligence in a dense way in academic writing. And also I'm realizing that our students also use the artificial intelligence tools in their projects or their homeworks, but you should be careful because you are losing your thinking abilities. If you use the artificial intelligence tools in a bad way, in a wrong way, then you should ask the right questions instead of giving a responsibility to AI to write down whole project or the homework. So I can suggest the young generations about it that you should be careful about how to use the artificial intelligence and technological breakthroughs. If you can use them in a right way, then you will be successful in the near future, and also you may attain a good academic career. But if you use them in a bad way, then you will have a dangerous path.
Thank you very much. That we know in nowadays everybody uses artificial intelligence, but we must in the wisely way to use it, and we don't we must have ethical so responsibilities for using.
The key point here is asking the right questions and expecting to have the right answers, not to write down the whole paper, whole project, but asking the right question and getting the right answers. That's the key point.
Yes, maybe it helps to us to give an idea, to develop. We must develop it with myself, with ourselves.
Yeah, if we use in the right way, then artificial intelligence is a very helpful tool for us. We can have some progress in our academic career, but if you use it in a wrong way, then it will be dangerous for all of us.
Yes, thank you very much for your very high qualified interview.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me to participating in your YouTube channel.
Thank you. So it was very pleasure to sharing your life experience, sharing your academic roles. So I think my subscribers, most of them students, will be very happy, and they choose the right way of using artificial intelligence, maybe using their way in the future. So thank you very much.
Okay, I also want to thank you for this wonderful interview. I send my best wishes to all lovely Uzbek students.
Thank you.
And we are inviting you here to Turkey.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.